News broadcast helps us to be up to date to the current state of the world, a powerful tool to witness and understand events in real time. But for the deaf community, it would be really difficult to access this important information without the presence of the sign language interpreters. How important is it to have sign language interpreters in every television news? According to the book published by the Philippine Federation of the Deaf in 2005, the use of sign language in the Philippines can be dated as far back as 1604. And when the American Thomasites arrived in 1907, they brought with them ASL and artificial signs in English, marking ASL's first entry into the Filipino Deaf Sign Language system. And can you still remember Kapwa Ko Mahal Ko? It is the longest running program and the first television program to use sign language interpreters in the Philippine television.
Sign language interpreting in TV is very important for the deaf so that they can be able to relate and be informed of the current events or news. Deaf can sometimes misinterpret the visuals being shown on TV, but with sign language, information can be fully understood.
Chapter 5, Section 22 of RA 7277 states that television stations shall be encouraged to provide sign language inset or subtitles in at least one newscast program a day, and special programs covering events of national significance. It's for the deaf community. Access to the news. How would the deaf community understand the news? We cannot hear obviously. The reporter speaks and deliver news about the typhoon, war, election, COVID-19, and we don't know. We are being set aside. Keep in mind that the deaf have two perspectives. First is their identity, and second is language that goes together. Sign language interpreter in news is a must, giving full access of information to the deaf community.
We can't hear the radio news, so it is very important to have interpreters in TV news for us to be aware about what's happening, weather conditions, if there are emergencies, we must be aware of it. The Typhoon Rolly was announced ahead of time, so the deaf were aware. They were prepared, stay at home, bought food, and fully charged their cell phones.
And last November 2018, President Rodrigo Duterte has signed into law Republic Act 11106, or the Filipino Sign Language Act, which requires FSL interpreter insets compliant with accessibility standards for television, in news, and public affairs programs.
The Filipino Sign Language Act seeks to recognize Filipino Sign Language, or FSL, as the national sign language and endeavors to bring FSL to the mainstream.
Good afternoon. As a parent of a deaf child, I think it is very important that all relevant shows in television, especially news, should have sign language so that it will give awareness to them on what is happening to their surroundings. It will also give them new insights, especially when this virus came. Hindi yung may virus na, alam lang nila isenyas, ang virus, alam din ba nila symptoms nito at paano to makaka-infect sa tao. Mas makakagaan ang loob bilang magulang kung mabibigyan ng pansin ng mga TV network ang pagkakaroon ng interpreter sa mga importanteng balita na kanilang ipapalabas.
Communication is always the key. Whenever, wherever, whatever it takes, it is important. Our government has come a long way on supporting and continuously striving, bridging whatever we must share for the deaf community. This is Mariel de Guzman reporting.